January isn't supposed to do this, no Black Friday, no launch, no hype window, but this brand that we work with did over $385,000, to be specific, $385,221.03 from email in January in 2026. And it was their best month since November last year. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how we did it. But first of all, why can you trust what I'm about to tell you? Like I mentioned, this is a real case study with one of our real clients. I'm refreshing their Klaviyo dashboard here from January 1st to January 31st, 2026. You can see we did $386,000, 57.4% increase compared to last year, with a 34.44% of their their attributed revenue coming through email. And for those of you who've just tuned in, if you didn't know, I'm Daniel. I'm head of retention marketing at Hayes Media, where we scale e-commerce brands with email and SMS marketing. If you want to talk to us right now, we're actually giving free retention audits where we can find where money is leaking in your retention system and highlight the best ROI opportunities for you, completely free of charge. Please click the link below if you are interested. Quick context on today's video. This is an 8-figure DTC brand in health and wellness. They weren't broken. They already had Klaviyo, flows, campaigns, segmentation set up. This wasn't a complete rebuild. This was more on the side of optimization. And that distinction really matters. The result came from 3 pillars working together, not one clever campaign, not one magic flow, but 3 things. We have capturing new pop-up software, better messaging, and more subscribers coming into our ESP. We had campaigns sending at the right cadence to the right segments at the right time. And 3, flows. Aggressive A/B testing was happening across every major flow, every single month and every single week to help with compound growth. Once we tightened all 3 at the same time, that's when we really started to see the results compound. First of all, we switched our pop-up from being inside Klaviyo to a AI software tool called Alaya. This is a micro commitment pop-up tool. They use AI to target your website visitors at the right time where they're most likely to put in their email information, SMS information. And from this, we saw immediate results. Not only did we see the sign-up rate jump, again, I know a lot of you guys watching this may be concerned that that email sign-up rate might be inflated. The thing that I want to stress here is that increase happened with the same amount of traffic. We showed the pop-up to the same amount of people. It wasn't that we reduced the amount of times it was being sent. It was being sent exactly the same time exactly the same amount as our Klaviyo pop-up to exactly the same amount of subscribers. The only main difference was the timing of the pop-up was sent differently. And that really matters because it doesn't matter, most brands, the way Klaviyo works is it's very logical. When someone arrives on the website, after 5 seconds, or if after they've scrolled down and they scroll back up, that's when the pop-up shows. But what Alaya found out and what realized is that the majority of subscribers will just click the X button because they haven't even had chance to browse the website yet. And you probably had that experience. I know I have. Going on an e-commerce store, you click and the pop-up immediately arrives and then you just click off of it because you want to go and browse the website first. And that's what Alaya does. It uses AI to basically track the way the user is interacting with the website. And then say, for example, they click on the home page, but then they click on a product page, they scroll around, they have a read, they go back, they go forward, they move around, right? They're interacting with the website. What Alaya does, it finds the right time, the right moment where the most likely and most have the highest intent of your product or your brand. And that's when they're likely to interact with whatever offer that you have attached to it. By doing that, we saw a jump from 7% to 10.5%, which was around a 50% increase in subscribers entering our high converting welcome flow every single day. And you can see here, we also saw SMS sign-up rate is around 4.79, which is super high for SMS because we see a big drop off here. Usually it goes below 1% sometimes for some brands, but we actually got it up to just under 5% for SMS, which is amazing. This kind of thing compounds fast. Let's go into the structure of the pop-up. Step 1, you've got an X% off with an unlock discount button. The way we word this is, for example, do you want the X% off? And then they can say yes or no, or unlock discount or skip discount button. That way they have an option at the beginning to either opt in or opt out. Step 1, we're not even asking for their email address. We're actually asking them, do they want the discount? If they say yes, they go through to step 2, where we ask for their email. And then we go finally into step 3, where we ask for their SMS. Again, the SMS really here is not offering anything additional. It's more just saying, welcome to the club, welcome to the inner circle where you get exclusive access to drops before anybody else and sale events before anybody else. And it's more treating them like, you are in a club, you are in a circle, and you're going to be the first to receive everything, essentially. Now, why does micro commitment work? I've spoke about this a lot on the channel. Each small yes makes the next one very easy. In this case, when someone clicks, I want to unlock the discount, they've already taken an action and now they have a little commitment to it, which means abandoning step 2 or step 3 actually feels like they're losing something that they've started. Some good examples of micro commitments from some brands you might know. We got Emma here, which is enjoy our Christmas giveaway, an extra 5% off on your next order. But before they ask for the email address, they get you to micro commit. In this case, they're asking, what do you need for a perfect sleep? Then once you click on one of these, you'll be moved on to step 2, where they ask you for their email address. And we have an example of like a spin to win here, which is again similar. It's combining 2 high converting strategies, which is the mystery discount spin to win idea, which is a little bit like gamification, with the micro commitment. This is the pop-up you get. You click claim my offer. Once you click that, it will ask you for winner, claim your code by entering your email and then finish signing up with the phone number. Here is more like the mystery discount. You'll find out what it is when you check out your inbox. Once you click that, you go on step 2 and step 3. Another example is the Sundays here, where it's like, we see you checking us out. How about a free sample to seal the deal? Get yours, I'll pass. So these are all unique examples of micro commitment. If you're already running some kind of offer on your website, it's likely that you can already apply this. All you have to do is switch out step 1, which would usually be hey, you've got 10% off, enter in your email. Is instead of replacing that, just add a button where it says move on to the next step. So you unlock discount or yes, I accept. And then step 2 is where you actually ask for the email. It's a very simple setup, but it works. It really, really works. Now on to campaigns, where January is quite brutal. Unsubs here go up after the Black Friday and holiday period. Engagement can tend to drop, and people get tired of spending money. When at this point, most brands tend to, especially toward the end of January, they pull back. However, we leaned in. Now, this brand's flagship product is about better sleep, and January is about new routines, better habits, and fixing what's broken. So that's where the messaging lived, not discounts, but actually around relevance. And this is where we kind of go on to the cadence, which is a bit more specific, and it really matters. We had to non-customers 3 emails going out per week. For existing customers and VIPs, we had 1 to 2 going out per week. And this is the same brand, just different intent and different pressure and different messaging for those segments. Now, going on to an email mix and exactly what we sent out, and I've spoke about this on other brand breakdowns, and we apply this on our brands as well. We have a mix of social proof, reviews, real outcomes, testimonials and stories, risk reversals, introducing guarantees, fast delivery, nothing to lose framing, and kind of no-brainer framing. Educational, again, we're leaning into the January angle of new habits and better sleep. We can use blog style content here, with myths being debunked, the science behind sleep and the product, and uncomfortable truths that people don't want to hear. Again, all linking to the blog on the website, which really helped boost our engagement. We had product spotlights, just simple features, benefits, how it works, educational content around the product, and then future pacing, painting the picture. Imagine waking up 30 days from now feeling X, right? And what we didn't do, which is something that we've started to dial back with now, especially post, big sale events, is no flashy sales or no flash sales, no desperate discounting, just consistent value-driven emails that meet people and met the people where they are or were. I've got some really good examples of types of campaigns in plenty of other videos. I'm not going to show you any on this one today, but please go ahead, click on the Jordan and Dan email marketing little name at the bottom, and you'll be able to see some brand breakdowns, especially for campaigns where I feature specific brands that are doing 6, 7, 8, even 9 figures in e-commerce with their email marketing. And that's some really good examples that you can steal that use this exact, email mix that we're featuring here. So moving on to flows. And I know I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the flows already existed. Our job was just to make them work harder. To do this, we had aggressive A/B tests, not on subject lines, but actually on angles, timing, and messaging psychologies. Here are the exact tests that we ran for our highest converting flows in the brands. Welcome flow. I know most of you here probably have that's probably your highest converting flow. Here are some of the tests we ran. We tested the first email being originally quite design heavy versus a plain text email from the founder, a personal message around them relating to the audience of the problem that their audience had, the solution that we came up with, and the brand mission to help, other subscribers and other people out there achieve the same result. Very personal approach, signed off by the founder. And this was huge for us, really, really big. We had, it was basically a 4.4 to 6% increase in CTRs, in place orders, which reflected in CTRs as well. We had a bump in CTRs from 13.6% to 15.5%, and then placed order rate jumped from 4.4 to 6%. And this really, we saw a correlation. When the CTRs went up, we did the placed order rates. This was a real big win, and it's a super simple thing to implement. It was just from, changing plain text design or testing plain text versus design, we saw 36% increase in revenue per subscriber, which compounded by the 50% more subscribers from the new pop-up that we achieved. This is why it's important that we have the pillars, right? We start with the capture, we improve that. Everything else inside the flow, including the A/B test we have live, we get more volume, more testing on, are able to compound that growth very, very quickly, which was allowing us to scale, that 40% compared to last year. Email 2 was another founder-led email, but this is more story-driven and a personal check-in and reminder with the social proofs. We actually included a story of one of our customers, which helped with the social proof that was relatable to the founder story. And we saw here, the check-in placed order rate doubled. In the abandoned checkout, we changed "Did you forget" messaging to "You're almost there." Removed the, what you could say, kind of like accusing the customer of something, where it made more into like a helpful nudge. And here, open rate jumped from 64 to 76%, click rate from 4.8 to 7.5. The lesson that we had around this, the abandonments is like, and just testing messaging, is that small psychological shifts equal big revenue lifts. And when you're pushing more people into these flows by optimizing the pop-up, every percentage point of this, in this moment really matters. Before I end today's video, here's what you should steal and can take away with today. So if you're stuck in January or any dead month, fix the capture before writing more emails, match campaigns to where people actually are in that month, and test angles and tone in your flows, in your highest converting flows, not just your subject lines. You really don't need miracles here. You just need leverage. And at Hays, this is how we approach retention. We have system with compounding gains with no theatrics. And if you want to see where your email program is leaking revenue, like I said, we're offering a complimentary audit right now. The link is below. Before you go, I have a question for you. Which of these 3 pillars is weakest in your account right now? Is it the capture? Is it campaigns? Or is it flows? Drop it in the comments and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.